The Bitcoin price action has been absolutely skyrocketing due to the bank run in the US, and right now we could see another insane move happening today, because today is the day where the US inflation data will come out, and I will be exactly discuss what kind of an effect this will have on the price action of Bitcoin. I will also talk about the next Fed meeting that currently is getting priced in for a potential no rate hike. So a lot of things are currently playing out. What we need to discuss, some important news, some important charts of the price action of Bitcoin, and much more important stuff we need to discuss right now. So don't forget to slap up that like button. Can we once again smash it back above 600? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term. And like you can see on the imminent short term, we can see a significant rally for Bitcoin getting created. And basically we can already argue we broke the downtrend. We were confirming, of course, lower highs, lower lows, and right now we are confirming a higher high again. And what I am basically trying to do right now here is to actually look at the long entry for Bitcoin, but not right here. I am waiting for a potential retracement, and on that next retracement I want to long Bitcoin. What are the levels that I'm currently looking at? Of course, I am looking at several levels. First of all, I'm looking at this previous range high. I do not think that this is the level where I really want to be opening up my big position. If I look at the very important level to look at, it's actually the 22.6k, where I definitely would love to long Bitcoin. Do I think it's going to be likely that Bitcoin is going to come down towards this level? Actually not. I don't think it's likely that Bitcoin is going to come down towards this level. So what is the probability for me opening up a long position right here? Probably very small. So in terms of risk management, I really want to be looking at a long trade position somewhere around this region in the middle. And yeah, it's probably not likely that we're going to reach the lower side, and maybe it's not even going to be likely that we're going to retest this level right here, because today already we will see a lot of volatility for the price action of Bitcoin. And today we will already probably see a lot of volatility, so we should be more trying to anticipate that rather than the Bitcoin retracement that we are currently looking at, because currently today we will be getting the US inflation data. And what is going to be very interesting about this inflation data is that, of course, the consensus is predicting it's going to come in around 6. The trading economics forecast is predicting that it is going to come in around 6.1. So probably we're expecting inflation is going to come in today around 6 to 6.1%. Of course, usually if it comes in higher than expected, the market tends to dump. And if it comes in lower than expected, the market for sure is going to pump. But if it is going to come in higher than expected, it doesn't necessarily have to dump. Why am I saying this right now? Because if it comes in higher than expected, the Fed is probably going to hike even more interest rates. And like we've been seeing, usually the Federal Reserve tends to hike the interest rates till something breaks. And currently we can see that the second and third largest bank in the US have collapsed. They have a bank run, and currently they're having a bailout by the Fed. And the complete reason why this is happening is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve has been keeping rising the interest rate. So if they keep rising more interest rates, more banks will fall. And if more banks will fall, it's probably likely that Bitcoin will even see a bigger rally. So on both sides, I actually think Bitcoin is going to do fairly well today. That is at least what I'm expecting. Of course, if it's going to come in lower than expected, it's probably going to have a better effect on the market. But this is a very interesting way to think about it. Also, if the data comes in very much lower than expected, maybe there's a possibility that we will not even see a rate hike at all. And that could signal the pivot point of the Fed, what is also going to be bullish for the markets in general. You can currently see is that 26% of the market is pricing in that there's going to be no rate hikes at all anymore, and then approximately 73% of the market is pricing in a 25 basis point hike. But what you have to know is that approximately a week ago, more than 80% of the market was still pricing in a 50 basis point hike, and now no one is doing it anymore due to the fact that these two very large banks in the US have basically collapsed. So this is very interesting to see, and we really want to be seeing what the target rate probabilities are going to be after the inflation reports, because it could definitely come maybe more clear that we're not even going to see a rate hike at all, and that would signal the pivot point for the Fed, and that will be of course bullish for the bigger perspective of all markets, not only Bitcoin. So yeah, that is really what is currently going on. And currently we still have got a CME gap below us around 21,000 US dollars, and like we do know, if I'm looking and zooming out on the price action of Bitcoin, we've got many more CME gaps. We also actually got a CME gap on $9,000 right here, and this CME gap never got filled. So do we necessarily have to fill up the CME gap? It doesn't necessarily have to happen. Of course, what I always say, CME gaps tend to get filled up, and they don't necessarily have to get filled up. We can see also that we actually have CME gaps above us. So if we really have to fill up CME gaps, we can also go towards the upside, right? So this is also interesting to see. CME gaps are not only below us, they're also above us. So maybe we're going to see Bitcoin getting dragged towards the upside rather than the downside. But of course, it's always important to look at it, because still, if I'm looking at history, CME gaps, they tend to get filled up 9 out of the 10 times. So it could be a time where we're not getting filled up here, but this is just a very important thing I needed to be pointing out here. What is also actually very interesting, if I'm looking at the price action of Bitcoin, is that we broke above this range high, and currently, like I said, we're back in a bullish trend. We not only broke this high in the market, but we also took out this previous high right here. What is right now only confirming more that we're actually trading in an upward trend for Bitcoin. We can see also, if I open up the S&P 500 over the price chart of Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin is outperforming the S&P 500 like crazy. Bitcoin is outperforming the classic stock market significantly. The classic stock market is not even bumping towards the upside, while Bitcoin moved up over an approximately 27%, and the S&P moved up about, what is it? 1.5, 1.4%. So this is very important to pay attention towards. Bitcoin is doing some crazy stuff compared to the S&P 500. And just this is what Plan B has tweeted. The Bitcoin and S&P chart. You can see that usually in Bitcoin bear markets, Bitcoin is underperforming the S&P 500, but at the end stage of the bear market, it's tend to be outperforming, and in the bull market especially, it tends to be outperforming the S&P 500. So let's see if it will be playing out again here, but currently we're definitely at the end stage of the bear market. This is something you have to see. We are at the ending stage of the bear market. We can also see on the 12-hour time frame, we actually broke the downtrend. What right now is confirming we're officially in an uptrend. And I need to be pointing this out. The level to break for Bitcoin is still $25,000. For me, yes, we're looking bullish on the imminent short term. Only right now we're running into critical resistance. You can see it. This level where we're currently running in towards provided a rejection from 25K to all the way down to $90,000. This level provided a rejection from 25K all the way down to $15,000. This is an important level that we're approaching. If we break above it, I will be extremely bullish. Why? Is because basically at that point as well, we're confirming a break above a low volume range here. Because in the range between $25,000 and $29,000, there's almost no volume traded, what means we could move through this level very quickly. But it's going to be important to see whether we can break above this level. So if we confirm the break above this level, I will be most certainly the first one that is going to be opening up massive trades on Bitcoin, massive long positions, because that is going to be providing a once in a lifetime opportunity to catch a very quick move for Bitcoin. At the same time, we can see that inverse perpetual funding rates are still very negative. Why is this happening? I think I've got a very clear idea, because what currently is happening is that people are hedging their bets, and if the value of Bitcoin goes up, the USD Tether value increases, but their trade value decreases. So it's basically a hedge what currently is happening. But this could be also a massive short squeeze if they have to exit their positions. And currently we still can see that the funding is extremely negative. So many people are using this method and hedge their bets. So it's going to be important to keep our eyes wide open what is going to be happening with this. But at the same time, it allows us to open up Bitcoin long trades with a significant negative funding rate, what means that we could basically make a ton of money by just longing Bitcoin and not doing anything here. We could long Bitcoin with low leverage, we could long Bitcoin in general, but we will getting paid to be in our position, what is of course extremely nice. If you are interested in trading, don't forget to check out the links in the description, because if you sign up an account right now here, you can claim a deposit bonus up to 30,000 US dollars. But more importantly, I am currently looking at my next trade. I've been saying it, I'm waiting for a potential retest. I am waiting for a potential break above the $25,000. But anyways, I am currently getting ready for the next trade here. On the daily MACD, we can see daily MACD crosses bullish is a very good indicator. And on the 3-day time frame, we can see that the 3-day cross is about to happen again as well. What is of course a nice thing to see. We know this is the moment where we flip bearish, we move down, and if we flip bullish, it's definitely going to be having more positive price action for Bitcoin as well here. On the daily EMA ribbon, I don't know how we did it, but we managed to break back above the daily EMA. What is of course a beautiful thing to see. We didn't see a bearish crossover, and yeah, Bitcoin basically got saved around this one. So this is looking very nice as well. And like I said just a moment ago on the different chart here, Here you can see it on the bigger time frame chart. These are the 3 most important levels to be breaking. If we break above the 25k here, aka better known as the low of the Luna crash, the high of this market, and basically the range high of this whole trend we've been trading in for, and to be very clear, we've been trading in this range for quite a while right now. We've been trading in this range for almost all the year long, for 274 days, for 2/3 of the year. We've been trading below $25,000. We've not been able to break above it. If we can do so, it will be amazing. And like you can see also on the weekly time frame, it looks to be that we're creating somewhat of a crazy inverse head and shoulders. This is one of the most bullish things I've been ever seeing, and that is why I'm saying if we break above $25,000, things are going to be absolutely exploding. I honestly think Bitcoin is looking very strong right now. You can see it also on this weekly wick right here. It is looking strong. It's not looking bad at all. And that is why I'm extremely excited about what we're currently seeing in this market. 25k is the level to break. If we break above it, things are absolutely going to skyrocket. Bitcoin could move up back towards $30,000 in absolutely no time. So make sure to get ready for that. Make sure that you are not going to miss out on the next move. I'm still dollar cost averaging. I have bought a lot of Bitcoin on this dump right here. You know it if you've been following me on Twitter. You know it if you've been following me on YouTube. In bear markets, it's time to buy Bitcoin. In bull markets, it's time to sell. And still, we're at the beginning phase of the end of the bear market. So I still think there's enough time to accumulate Bitcoin, but make sure that you pay attention towards it right now here. But anyways, thanks so much for watching towards an amazing new update video. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.